Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is February 1st, 2021, and today is Monday morning. Welcome back, everybody. And looking at the highlights of this morning, okay, first, the U.S. markets continued to sell off last week, but are they bouncing? That's what question we're going to answer today, as it looks like the markets are already bouncing this morning. Now, looking at the economic events today, just one event scheduled at 5 p.m. South African time. Out of the United States, ISM Manufacturing PMI number coming out. This is an important number, so we're going to be following it. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, pretty much tapering off. The GBP strong versus the USD at the top of its range. And looking at the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones, both bouncing this morning. In terms of commodities, gold pushing higher while oil unchanged. And the stocks continued that sell-off. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, had a roller coaster of a week, but tapering off and at the middle of the range. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trade. So we're going to take a look here at the GBP USD at a 4-hour chart. You could see here that we are just hugging this resistance line. On a 4-hour chart, we're pretty much tipping off our aggressive upwards momentum. Okay, this is more of a sideways trading right now than as a upwards momentum, since we failed this 3 times. Okay, that's an important area to fail 3 times. So I don't want to celebrate too soon that we're going to go back to the 136.52-ish level, but that might be a possibility as we continue trading the GBP USD. Now, looking at the USD Rand, the dollar getting weaker versus the Rand here, as the Rand, finally capitulates at this 1535-ish level, but it's trading at 15. It's a tight range relatively. Okay, if we look at a daily chart, you could see that a little bit clearer. Now, this is really on the back of the fact that the gold is getting stronger here. Okay, trading at 1862 and pushing this range higher to possibly getting that 1877-ish level. That's something we'll be watching throughout today. Now, jumping into the indices, the Dow Jones first. Okay, the Dow Jones had a massive day last week. Altogether, we retraced about 1,000 points since inauguration, and a roller coaster of a day last week as this continued to go higher and then sell off again. Okay, but altogether, the cat's out of the bag. Okay, the markets are weak and they're making a correction. Now, the question is how further is this correction going to happen? That's the question of today. Okay, so something to consider going into today's trading. As the volatility continues here, I would like to see some further amount of bounce, okay, maybe to the 30,200-ish level before taking this lower. This morning, we actually pushed higher here. As you could see several times here, we try to push higher to this open, and now we're retracing. We're at 30,000 right now. We did trade as low as 29,590 last week. Now, looking at a 4-hour chart to give us a perspective, we haven't been in these areas since December, okay? And, ultimately, you have to pay attention. You have to really respect the Fibonacci retracements here, as they're really giving us a very nice indicator as to the several levels that we could get to. Now, looking at the NASDAQ also made a correction last week, and that's really on the back of the fact that all the stocks made a correction last week, okay? If we look from Apple, really falling down below 130, okay? That's over a $13 move on the downside. Alcoa also trading below $18 a share. JP Morgan also trading at 128. Maybe this is the strongest one out of all of them. Okay, I do expect a bounce. The question is when and how much we're going to bounce. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, okay, this is really where it's been very nice volatility-wise, and giving scalpers a tremendous amount of opportunities. We're right now in the middle of the range, okay, between 39,000 and 30,000. Okay, we're trading at 33,773. Okay, so nothing jumping out at me right now. But if you do see some momentum, okay, especially if it's backed up with some volume down here, as you can see also in the RSI, we're smack in the middle of it. Okay, so nothing overbought or oversold at this level, but you want to play the counter trend. Okay, so if we do, start going up to this 37,000, then I would look to short it as it gets closer to 38,000, and especially if it does look like it's breaking down to 29,000, looking to buy it. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, it's really a par value between these two extremities. So something to consider going into this week. There are unfolding economic events continuing into this month of February. We do have NFP coming out on Friday, so we've got some, road work ahead as we enter the month of February. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.